Hey, hi everyone. In this particular lecture, we are going to learn about that how to parse a URL using HTTP module in Node.js, right? So let's start. Now, what is parsing a URL means? Well, parsing a URL simply means that breaking it means breaking your URL into parts like path, query, parameter, hostname, all these, right? Which is very important when we are handling requests in APIs, right? So let's start building that. So first of all, you along with this HTTP module, you also need one more module, that is URL, right? Node.js has a URL module. So import that const URL equals to require bracket. Inside this we will write URL like this, right? Now we have imported the URL module with the help of require method and stored it inside this URL variable. Fine. Now coming forward, inside our server, basically, right, we will write what that we will write const parsed URL equals to URL dot parse. There's a method with a URL module, that is parse. Now this particular parse method will do what? It will actually break your query, right? So for that, we need to give that particular URL that client has entered into the browser, right? So that will come from where? That will come from this request, right? Inside the request, basically we have an object that is URL, right? So we will use this request.url inside this url.parse. Now, after this, there's one more important thing that you need to put, is that you need to put a comma and then write true. Now, why this true? Let me tell you. Well, basically, this true will do what? This true will parse your query params, params into the object, right? That's why we have put this true. You need to put that. Now, after this, I want that whatever the URL that is being parsed, right? I want that to be get printed into my terminal so that I can see that. So I will just write console.log, and inside of this we will use this parse URL like this. Now after doing this, we will send details back to the client, right? I want this also, that when I will go to that particular URL, I will get that complete parsed information as a response also. So for that purpose, you can also write response dot write head. It's all on you that you want this to be not right head, but you should 200. We will give the status code as 200. After that, the content type to be application slash JSON, because we get all the parsed information in the form of JSON data, right? So application slash JSON like this. Now after this, we will just end it the response by JSON dot sorry JSON dot stringify. Put the bracket here. Inside the bracket, put the object, that is path name. Path name is what? Your parsed URL dot path name, right? Since whatever you have parsed, basically that comes in the form of basically object, right? And from that object we are again creating a JSON data that is also looks same as the object, right? So from there we are sending the in the path name key, we are sending this path name only, not the complete information. And after that, put the comma here, and the query as parsed URL dot query. I will explain you everything. You will get to understand that why I'm writing this parsed URL dot query. right? How I'm getting this information, I will tell you that, right? So this is the complete code for it, right? Now let's go to the Postman and see that whether it is working. Not the need of Postman. Let's go to the directly to the website, right? So let's just first start the server, that is node script.js script.js. Press the enter, and yes, our server is started at the port number 3000, right? So let's go to the browser. Here we'll write what, localhost 3000, and we will write some long URL, right? That is something like user, and then put the query, that is the name equals to Piyush, and put the and here, age equals to 25, like this, right? Now when I press enter, let's see that I'm getting the result or not as a response. So when I press enter, let's see that whether it is working or not. So yeah, you can see I got the details here, that is whatever I have written on the top, right? That I got here, that is the path name is what, slash user, and then the query here, inside the query we are having this name and the age, right? As you can see here, like this. So this is the response that I'm getting. Now inside my terminal, let's see. So you can see here that whatever the data that you have, like whatever the URL that you have passed, that printed using this parse URL, right? So the output of this complete line is here, means parse URL is having all these things, inside of which we are having this path name which we had written in the last, right? Here in the last, let me just little bit, yeah, as you can see this path name is doing what, parse URL dot path name. We are having this path name from here, that is slash user, and the query as parse URL dot query, and inside this particular query we are, you can see I'm having this object where the name is Piyush and the age is 25, that we had written there, right? So I hope you understood the concept very clearly till now. This is all about today's video. This is how we parse URL in the Node.js. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.